Hello iDream viewers, I am Hemant Kumar and you are watching Talking Movies with iDream. This is the show where we interview some of the biggest names in film industry to understand their work. Today our guest is Prashanthi. She is a costume designer and she has just scored one of the biggest hits ever in Telugu cinema, Baahubali. So let's see what she has to say about working in that film and her career in general. Prashanthi, thank you so much for joining us. First of all, congratulations. It must be a great high to be part of such a big hit, right, Baahubali. So can you tell us about how the film happened and what was your work like in the film?
How the film happened for me was like Rama is a very close friend, Rama Rajmouli, and we're all our kids studied together from playgroup.
Right.
So I know Shobhu and Rajmouli are coming together for a project, and I'm clueless about what it is about. So we went for our kids' sports day, and I just told Rama, I have no work right now, very idle. So you need any help? Let me know.
Right.
She said, actually they are planning something big. So maybe we will need your help. We'll let you know. Then I said, can you tell me a line, what is it about? So just to know what it is about. She said, ask Nandi. So I was like, Nandi, what is it about? He's like, I can't tell you now in the sports day. So I said, okay, we'll sit for a narration later. Then Shobhu calls after 2 days and said, welcome, you're on project. So I was very excited, more so because it's Rajmouli and Rama and they're very close friends, and I usually try to work with people that I know and comfortable with. So totally clueless about the project. And then they called for a narration once. And when we heard the story, then I knew, okay, now I know why they needed more people on board. So that's how it happened.
Was it exciting or a very daunting task when you first?
It's a mixed feeling actually. It is definitely very, very exciting. At the same time, it's a period movie and there's so much more you can explore and do. And we had a lot of sittings before that, discussions as to how the kingdom should be, and he actually created the kingdom in the sense వాళ్ళకి అక్కడ లోకల్గా ఏం దొరుకుతాయి, వాళ్ళకి మెటీరియల్ రిసోర్సెస్ ఏంటి, వాళ్ళు ఎలా దాన్ని యూజ్ చేస్తారు, వాళ్ళ మెంటాలిటీ ఏంటి. సో ఇట్ వాస్ బిల్ట్ ఓవర్ దట్. ఐ డోంట్ నో ఇఫ్ ఆన్ స్క్రీన్ ఆల్ దట్ రియలీ కమ్స్ అక్రాస్, బట్ there was a lot of homework, research and thoughts put in. So to match up to that and the grandeur, costumes ela undali, which angle are we looking at, something like Jodha Akbar or very heavy, or what are we looking at? So it was exciting, at the same time in the beginning clueless what will come out of it.
It was also your first ever period film.
Period lo, this is my first.
Right. You were talking about the research which Rajmouli garu suggested, that what are the materials available in this kingdom and all that. So taking all that into consideration, did you leave anything behind? And did you leave out any material from what you would have otherwise used in the costumes?
Not really. In fact, when we had the narration, initially itself we thought with Rama, I share my thoughts first with Rama because she knows him well and she knows his ideas well and stuff like that. So initially itself we thought we will rule out embroideries and a lot of stone work and chamkis that they use to get the grandeur and this thing. We'll go on a softer note.
ఎందుకనేది అంటే రాజమౌళి గారికి నచ్చదనా లేకపోతే ఇట్ వాస్
రాజమౌళి గారికి నచ్చదు అని కాదు. I've seen these other period movies like TV serials to Jodha Akbar to, they're wow and they're all done, and we also wanted to do something little different. And also I personally believe that costumes shouldn't dominate the set or dominate the story. So it should blend in. So that's the main reason actually. So then I told we'll styling we should maybe go in for something like Ravi Verma paintings, how the ladies are shown. Their features and their physique, everything is like very it's prominent. The fabrics and all are very flowy. కట్టు ఒకలా వేరేగా ఉంటుంది అని. సో they really like the idea. And where the heroine's kingdom is concerned, there was a discussion how the hero's kingdom thought process is and how the heroine's kingdom thought process is. So the hero's kingdom, they're all about grandeur and heaviness and metal and all that, whereas the heroine is very artistic and very delicate and things like that. So we tried to keep those things very distant like that. So we are yet to see how much that came across.
Okay, right. It was a long project, more than 2.5 years, and I'm sure the discussions were like much more than that also. So what does it take to keep your focus going all the time, or once you get into that flow you don't think about how time is going by?
Yeah, we don't actually. I'm usually not used to sitting for so many meetings. In fact, I used to think, why are they calling me? I'm not supposed to be there. Na pani enti akkada. But I enjoyed every moment of it, in the sense every discussion, whether it's related to costumes or not. We had discussions about art, like we had discussions about weapons, and I thoroughly enjoyed.
Okay.
And I thoroughly enjoyed working with Sabu sir also, and so much more knowledge which I wouldn't have got in any other project. So
As a costume designer, what are your interactions like with you're obviously talking to the director because it's his vision that you're translating. You must be also talking to the cinematographer and the art director. So how does it all come together? Like, what are the discussions like?
see, initially when we are discussing scene by scene, what are the things that we require in that. If it's like say for example, Anushka is fighting somebody, so we need a sword, we need this, so the art department comes into picture, and what is the background, cinematographer comes into the picture, where he can say, okay, these colors will work, these colors will not work.
Right.
Or I will tell him, these are the colors I'm planning, is that okay? Like so we have to work together, there's no two ways about it.
All those discussions happen well in advance or on the set?
Well in advance, not on set. Yeah. Definitely not on set. In fact, we for every look, for every scene, we have a look test kind of a thing. So by then, like I'll put in my ideas, we stitch half, we get few things that I feel will go with it. So and then very clearly it's working or not working, and then we change it. So
was there any particular research that you did as a costume designer, like apart from the references that you see from other films? But
actually we didn't take any reference from any other films as such. It was just that we decided how our chair cut ela untadi, idella untadi, we discussed on that, and we decided. Next part was jewelry. Very clearly I said initially, at least the heroine's kingdom, we will not use any stones or any other elements other than gold.
okay.
My thought was that ఇదివరకు రోజుల్లో అంత స్టోన్ వర్క్ ఎంబెడెడ్ ఉండేది కాదు జ్యువెలరీలో. So we thought we'll go in with plain gold jewelry for the heroine's kingdom. Jewelry wise, we had to do a lot of research. Initially we wanted a lot of companies to sponsor or team up with us, and we'll give them designs and they'll make, but time passed and shooting date was coming close and nothing worked.
Right.
So finally ఇలా కాదని నేను జైపూర్కి వెళ్ళి, I'm a great fan of Amarpali jewelry. I went there and I know they have a lot of these antiques. They usually collect the antiques from people, and then they replicate it and emphasize on those designs. So I thought, let me go check out what they have. So there are a few things that I liked and I picked up, and based on that we had to complete the sets, and so right from jewelry designing to everything we had done on this.
Right. Did you also work on the war sequence, because that was like one of the biggest highlights of the film? Like
that was totally Rama and Sabu sir's work.
Okay.
But yeah, we were all there to boost up the చూసుకోవటానికి ఇదైందా అదైందా ఎంతవరకు వచ్చింది and all that. When they were making armors, we were just coming up with ideas there, and then we had to show different cadres and different armors. So it was everybody's work also.
Right.
But it was mainly Sabu sir and Rama for that.
You worked on such a big project. Was there a sequence which you thought was too tough to pull off, but then eventually you did pull off in the end?
Too tough అని కాదు. The one place where my thought was stuck for a long time was when Tamanna's dress changes into a boy's attire, a soldier's attire to a girl's attire.
Right.
So how do we do it? Like, you know, the same costume has to change into a woman's attire. How? Like, it's a dhoti.
Right.
So the thought was stuck there. Then I thought, okay, I'll give it double layered. A dhoti can be converted into a lehenga, and you know, all that sequence happened. So it has to be simple also. It can't be complicated. Oh, design jese anta ledu. It's very simple, but definitely a thought put in.
Right. Let's talk about your work as a costume designer in general. Like, a lot of people don't really know what happens. You know, how do you choose those designs, or how do you finalize that look of for an actor or an actress? So, what's the process of your work? You know, can you tell us that?
Process ante first we get the narration. Usually for me, when I get a narration, there's a way that I visualize the characters, where costumes and their attire is concerned, their styling is concerned. So that in words and pictures or anything we have to put forward to the director, and he'll give us a little bit of input, like yeah, this is working, this is not working. And for me, luckily, everything I put in initially was okay. Like, you know, we were all on the same page, same understanding of how it should be. So that made it much easier. Then, of course, I worked with the costumer. We source fabrics. We make the costume from scratch.
Okay.
A lot of times we took the help of artists. We sat with them. We told them how we wanted chair kattila undali, jewelry la undali, you know, all that. And once the sketches are over, also we showed the director, and once he was okay with it, we just had to create it in terms of costumes or anything else.
Is that the process that you follow for every film, or?
I never had a sketch artist with me before. Actually, I think I should be sitting and sketching and doing it, but I'm very bad. So yeah, that was a great help. Yeah, so other films, it is rather, if it's like, you know, for Vedam and all, again, for Sweetie and Chris, I just had to tell these are the fabrics I'm using and these are the colors I'm using. And then one day we hardly had a trial actually, even for Vedam. It was all on the, I just showed them beforehand, this is what I'm doing, and they were okay with it.
Okay, you talk a lot about fabrics, you know? So what is it that so fascinates you about fabrics? You know?
Fabrics, it's very important how you select a fabric. Leave it be depending on how it suits the body personality of the artist or the situation. A lot of times you need some stiff fabrics. A lot of times you need a lot of flow in the fabric, and how you use it, how you cut it. Certain fabrics you can't cut at all. If you cut, they'll split. So all that is important, and I am fascinated by it.
Can you learn how to handle all that, or is it like an inborn talent that you pick up?
No, I think it's I mean, for me, I've always been fascinated with colors and fabrics and stitching my own clothes and particular about fits and all that. But it's I won't say it's nothing. I mean, inborn talent or anything. I think it's experience. Once you start working on it, you will learn it through the way. Yeah.
How did your introduction to cinema happen? You know, because you started off with Vedam, and then you worked on some big projects, most of which had Anushka in the lead role. Pure coincidence, but still, your name has been associated with her. So, how did your introduction to cinema?
Actually, I was living in the US. Before I went to the US, I was working with my dad. We had a chemical finishing company which we sold in 2002. Then 2006 we moved back from US. 2006 and 7 I was busy constructing my house and taking care of all that, and you know, reshifting and settling down. 7 nunchi I was like, what do I do? I have a lot. I'm not one of those who can just sit idle and you know, I had to do something. So Shobhu, Chinna and all these people are very, very close friends, and they were starting their first project from Marka, which was Vedam. And I knew Chris also. So we all happened to go out for lunch one day, and they were like, why don't you try costumes? You seem to have an eye for things. And so I was like, okay, let me try. I was not super confident, but it was definitely something which interested me. So I thought I'll give it a try. And also it's a comfortable group to work with. Nobody is new. So that rapport is there. Yeah,
Not this, what was your other plan? Like, did you have a plan B?
No plan B. There is no plan at all. It was pure accident. Actually, movies, I'm from a very, very conservative family, especially my mom, parents and all. Movies ante మమ్మల్ని అంత దూరం పెట్టేవారు.
చిన్నప్పుడు మూవీస్ చూసేవారు కదా?
చూసేవాళ్ళం. పాటలు అంటే ఇంట్రెస్ట్, అలా ఇంట్రెస్ట్ కానీ though my dad had a lot of friends from the film industry, he always put us away from them. We didn't even know till we grew up that he knew this person. So it was like that.
So how did they take it? Once you got into films and all.
They were not so comfortable. Even now, I don't think they are very comfortable.
You don't talk work at home.
No. Now I do with Baahubali. I think they are also a little excited, and they have been working 3 years in a stretch, and they're like, why are you doing this for? What are you doing? Like it's a different high. Like you don't know.
Right. Is that what you tell yourself also, that this is what I was meant to do? So let me be.
Even now, actually, people ask me like, is this your career? You've set it. I have no set plans in life, Hemant. Actually, so I'm not sure how long I'll do it. As long as I like the projects, good work is coming. I'm comfortable with the group. I'm very happy doing it. I'm glad I'm doing it. But how long I'm going to continue, I really don't know. And what I'm getting into next, I don't know.
You're also working with Anushka for her next film, Size Zero. Was that a difficult role for her? I'm pretty sure it was a difficult role to pull off. But for you as a costume designer, what went in there?
A lot. Actually, after Baahubali, what happens is 3 years you're off the streets. Like you don't know what's happening. Where styles are concerned, fashion is concerned, what's available in the market, fabrics. You're clueless because day in and day out we are at the sets there. So it took me a while. Like I said, when somebody narrates a story to me, I visualize it. I really couldn't get any vision on this. So it took me like 2 months at least to think and think what are we going to do. She has to look plump, at the same time very adorable and cute and desirable. So that's a little thin line to cut. So it was difficult, but we pulled it off. I think the first look is out yesterday. So.
What's your equation with her? Everybody calls her sweet, and is she that really sweet?
I think nobody else that name would suit better. Her name is actually Sweetie. Anushka is a screen name that she got after she came into movies, and she's a darling. She's more than anything, she's a pure human being, a very, very nice human being. So she has a very nice aura around her. During Vedam, we really didn't get close or anything. We had that mutual liking, whatever. We used to be on sets. I used to work and come off quietly. I was not so open or very, too friendly or things like that. Inhibitions naku unde. But in between, we met a few times and all that. But with Baahubali, I think we spent hours and hours and hours together. So there's definitely a special bond, and we are really close friends now.
You'll be super patient with everything, no?
Yeah, super patient. Especially to do that Devasena makeup. It took us hours, and it's a kind of makeup where you take hours to set it, and then you can only shoot for 2-3 hours, otherwise it starts wearing off. And that too, there's this kind of makeup that usually they do in closed doors and ACs and air conditioning. We were doing it on the road and literally in the open hot sun. So that could have really damaged her skin too. Yeah, but she was, I should say, most professional person that I worked with, and
Right.
She gave in a lot of patience and time.
What's next? Like, do you have more projects lined up or?
Nothing lined up. In fact, yeah, I was getting offers and all. I'm putting everything away till Baahubali is over.
Right.
We have another year's work to go. So,
Is it going to be an extension of what you did till now, or I don't know what the plan? What is the plan? Like, is it going
like
to be
I said, I have no plan.
plan in the sense what is
For Baahubali, you mean? Okay. We've already finished about 30-40% of the shoot.
Right.
So certain looks and all are set. We've already shot that. I think they're having story discussions now. Maybe slight things will change or extend. So I'm yet to. I mean, the final product yet has to be heard. So
Okay, tell me one thing. Do movies fascinate you? Are you fascinated by movie making process itself?
yes, I am a lot because this is one field where we cannot say that it's one man's work.
Yeah.
You know, so many technicians, so many people, small to big to lightman to clapman to everything has to come together at that one particular moment for that shot to happen successfully.
Right.
So it's definitely fascinating, and I mean, it's a wow factor how things work there. I'm the kind of person I like to be prepared from beginning and systematically. Munde ayipovali naku last minute hadavudu ishtam ledhu, but it never happens. No matter how prepared you are, things keep I won't say goofed up, but keep changing at the set, and you have to do. Last minute tension is always there,
Right.
but you pull it off somehow.
Is there somebody whom you look up to? Could be anybody. In terms of your work or life in general, is there somebody like that?
A lot of people, like actually Rajmouli's family itself, like Kirwani garu, Valli, Rama, their mom Radha auntie. I'm absolutely in awe of their family, and I adore that family and how they work together, and it's really amazing, and how they maintain the work and the home atmosphere, balance it, and the kids. I love all the kids, so superb kids they have. And I mingle a lot with the kids. In fact, they tease me like, you're trying to act young by mingling with the kids, act your age test. So that's how it is.
One final question. Do you have a bucket list? Like, is there a certain set of goals that you want to achieve in near future?
My bucket list is all personal things, nothing to do with career. Things like I haven't ever learned cycling because I never owned a cycle till date.
You can't ride a cycle?
No.
Okay.
And I always was fascinated by, piloting. I wanted to learn flying. Things like that, bungee jumping.
Right. Alright, Prashanti, thank you so much for joining us, and I really hope that you actually learn cycling soon. One final message to our iDream viewers, like, is there anything else that you would like to say?
Nothing much, Hemant. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.